Oh, Leo, you're really trying to figure out what to do with these partnerships, and you're really trying to figure out who you are and what you want, aren't you? So, welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot, astrology, mediumship, holistic life coaching, hypnotherapy, all kinds of stuff to help you on your path. So, my lovely, luscious lions, how are you? I apologize for my voice. I've been doing videos and talking to clients all day. So, we have a gorgeous, gorgeous month. I know you're really trying to figure this out, but you're going to do it. You're really going to do it. So, we have Uranus moving into Taurus. I'm just going to give you the highlights of what I've done because these videos can get really long with me incorporating both tarot and astrology. I'm going to have a more in-depth, the houses, the aspect, how that's going to affect you personally, or that sign. I'm going to have that for download on my website at yourindigopath2.com. And also, if you're interested in a reading like this, everybody was asking me for the service, so I went ahead and made a service for this. So you can also check that out on my website. Anything I talk about, any videos I discuss, it's going to be either at the end of this video where you can click on it, or it'll be in a link in the description box down below. So, my gorgeous ones, Uranus has been in Aries. It's still in Aries. Uranus is the liberator. Uranus rules astrology, metaphysics, spiritual involvement, innovation, new technology. It likes to shock and awe. It wants to see new things. It will move you. It will shock you. It will shift you like the tower. But it does it so that it can liberate you. It's been in Aries in your sister sign while your north node has been in your sign, but it is now moving into your Taurus. It's going to behave very differently in Taurus than it has in Aries. Again, I will have a video series on that on my website. So think about what Taurus wants. Taurus wants security. Taurus wants financial stability. Taurus just wants stability. Taurus wants luxury, opulence, physical things around them. You can appreciate that, Leo. You love that stuff. You understand how to eat at a fine restaurant, right? Or have beautiful things around you. So, you're going to be coming into a very different time, Leo. Very different time. Now, Uranus, when it goes into Taurus, is going to stay there for another 8 years. So, till 2026. Now, it'll retrograde back into Aries from November 26th of 2018 till March 26th of 2019. During that time, all retrogrades are about reorganizing, amending, editing, completing some things. So whatever has been going on now, especially in this last month and a half, whatever you're trying to figure out with Uranus shifting and things happening for you, whatever is going on now, what hasn't been completed or needs to be reorganized will happen during that time of November 26th through March 26th, okay? So we have the new moon in Taurus. Again, it's a very lovely, beautiful moon. Taurus wants physical, sensual, like you. Taurus wants the physical and the sensual. So this is going to be a very different time for you. So we have the new moon in Taurus and we have the full moon in Sagittarius, which is your sister sign. That's a fire. That's passion, right? Now, the beautiful thing this month is that we have 3 grand trines. 3 grand trines. Are you kidding me? So, if you don't know what grand trines are divinely guided gifts. Gifts you didn't have to work for, you weren't even thinking about, you didn't have to put any energy in. These are gifts. These are things that are supposed to be on your path because it's what you wanted to experience. We have 3 of them, so they're going to come in 3 very different ways, right? So the first grand trine is an Earth grand trine. So it has to do with Uranus. It has to do with, it has to do with the new moon in Taurus. And it has to do with Mars and Pluto in Capricorn, right? And so that's going to be a physical gift being brought to you that fulfills you physically, right? Sensual. The things, beautiful things around you, right? And that's different for different people. So it depends on the phase of life that you're at. Then we have the water grand trine, which is something that's going to fulfill you emotionally. Something that's really going to fulfill you emotionally, okay? And then we have the fire grand trine. This is your grand trine, so you're going to be most affected. It's going to fill you with passion. It's going to fill you with engagement again. It's going to fill you. But you got to focus that energy. And Leo, you're the best one out of the 3 fire signs to focus that energy so you can do this. All right? So right now we have Mars in shadow. It's going to go retrograde at the end of June till the end of August. So pay attention to what's going on in your, so if you look here, Leo, you're here. So this is your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. This is your 6th house of daily activity and your health and well-being. So maybe you had something come up in your health and well-being. Maybe you had something come up in your daily activity that you had to change, that you had to adjust, that you've had to amend, that you've had to reorganize. Because we have all these in retrograde. We have these 2 in retrograde, and Mars is in shadow. So there's some things that need to be focused on in this area. Saturn has made you work very hard at trying to organize this stuff and say, this is what I want in my life. This is what I want to see. This is who I want. This is who I don't want. Like Saturn is making you work really, really hard. You have the North Node in your 1st house, and it's retrograde. So your 1st house is your identity. You've been really trying to figure out who you are, why you are the way you are, why the people are around you, why your life is the way it is. What do you want from here? Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? Like, you've been really doing that, reorganizing, amending, completing some things, letting go of some people, maybe bringing in some people. This has to do with the North Node. So, those are the major aspects. Let's talk about what's going to be going on very quickly on the 13th. Well, this is the 13th. So Mercury enters Taurus on the 13th. Sorry, let me get back to this screen because I have 2 cursors. Mercury enters Taurus. Mercury is the messenger. Mercury is the processor. When Mercury brings a message, it's so that you can understand and process what's really going on, right? Well, it's going to enter Taurus. So it's coming in to your, again, this is Cancer's your 11th, 10th, 9th house of belief systems, right? So this is you, 10th house of your career, and so you've had the sun in here too. So you've probably had some breakthroughs with your career. You've probably been shining. You've probably been the leader right now. Mercury's coming in here. And these are very stable things that you're doing. These are very comfortable things that you're comfortable in, right? And so with Mercury coming in here, it's bringing a message. It's going to further solidify what's really going on in your career and where you want to go and the things that you want to do and your life purpose, right? And so that happens on the 13th. On the 15th, we have this new moon in Taurus coming. So again, you're going to have the new moon. I'm going to change to the date of 15th. Before I say that, I do want to mention that all month long, most of the month right now, is you're going to have this trine going on. A trine is different than a grand trine. A grand trine, it's just a gift that drops in your lap, basically. But a trine is an opportunity. And sometimes what happens with the trine is that it can come in, and you have to take an action, make a decision to actually accept this trine, right? Or accept this opportunity. So a trine can come in and you can say, that doesn't look like what I thought it was, or that doesn't look like what I wanted. And so you can miss the opportunity. A sextile is more direct. It has that energy of, oh yeah, that's it. And I know I got to work for it, but that's it. So you have these opportunities going on in your, if this is your 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd house, 4th house, 5th house, 6th house, 7th house, 8th house. So 8th house of shared resources and 3rd house of communication. This is your 3rd house of media, communication, writing, blogging, communicating relationships, communicating with the world. And your 8th house of combined resources, your 8th house of transformation, your 8th house of taking your power back. But you've had Pisces and Neptune in there. So maybe in the way, way past, you were hurt or been taken advantage of. And then maybe you've acquired a partnership where you're trying to dissolve and meld with this partner, trying to like give them more and trust them more. And this is Neptunian Piscean, right? But understanding that you still have power, that you are being transformed in this. So there's something going on with this trine. There's something been happening here with you guys of really trying to understand who I am, what I want, where I want to go, to what I want to create, to what if I have partners, and maybe it's business, and maybe it's family, and maybe it's love affairs, and maybe it's relationships. But what am I going to do with that, and what do I really want? These are opportunities all month long for you. They're going to come in. You can miss them. It's always a choice. But that's going to be especially happening for you for the month. So on the 15th, we have the new moon in Taurus. New moons are about manifestation. Where do I want to go in the next 30 days? Your fate, your destiny, things coming in. And then this is also the first grand trine, the earth grand trine. So physical manifestations, and I won't even say manifestation because this is a gift. This is a physical gift coming to you as the earth grand trine. Okay, so on the 19th we have Venus. Venus has been in your, this is you, 12th, 11th. Venus has been in your 11th house of social networking, of gains. This is the house of gains. This is the house of gains. And Venus is the planet of love, luck, and money. So it wants to bring you love, luck, and money. Maybe it's bringing you a partnership. Maybe it's bringing you expansion in your network. Maybe it's bringing you expansion in your projects. Whatever it's been doing, it's bringing you love, luck, and money. One or all three. So on the 19th, let me move the calendar to the 19th. So as you can see, on the 19th, Venus enters Cancer. And Venus enters Cancer in your 12th house. You've got some fated, destiny, completed stuff coming on, because not only do you have Venus moving into Cancer in your 12th house, but this is your second grand trine. So you got something coming. You got a gift coming that's going to fulfill you emotionally. Okay? And with it being in your 12th house, you have this 12th house where Venus is going to enter. You have this house where you've been working. You have this house, remember, communication, daily activity. Something is coming in this grand trine for you that's going to, like, you're going to be so ecstatic. You're going to be so relieved. You're going to be so happy and excited and engaged, right? So that's happening on the 19th. Then on the 20th, let's move to the 20th. Then on the 20th, the sun enters Gemini. So the sun entering Gemini is going to be in your 10th house. Your 11th house of gains. So again, whatever didn't come through, or whatever you didn't see clearly, or whatever didn't get expanded, when this sun comes in, it's brighter days. It's you in focus. It's bringing you clarity. It's helping you understand. That's what's going to be happening when the sun moves into Gemini for you on the 20th. Then on the 25th, this is going to be the most prominent when this trine's happening. That's when we have Jupiter and Neptune trining. This has to do with who you are, what you want, where you're going, who you're going to have in your life, who you're cutting out, how you're going to be able to say what you really want to say and not run away from it, right? This is what you've been working on. So on the 25th, opportunity comes to you. And again, it's going to be coming all month, and you may see it clearly like on the 25th, okay? Then we have the 29th. The 29th is the third grand trine. So on the 29th, that is a fire grand trine. That is in your sign, right? So you have a gift that's going to cause you to be engaged, to be passionate, to be lively, to be excited again. This has to do with the North Node in your house, the full moon in Sagittarius, and this Chiron moving into Aries, okay? So something of a gift is coming to help you understand about who you really are and why you have to go through the things. This is Chiron. Why you have to go through the things and why you have to do the things the way that you do them. That's Chiron. If you don't know about Chiron and how it works, I have a video. I'll put it at the end of this video or a link down below where I explain Chiron and its energy. But you have the full moon, which means endings, completions, understanding, fate, destiny, right? letting go of what no longer serves you. That's what this is. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you give room in your energetic field for your abundance. And your abundance can come in many different ways. It depends on you and your aspect and your belief system. Okay? All right, my lovely, luscious lion. Let's look at your tarot. Okay. So, I see where you are right now. This is your first position. You have the Hanging Man. So, the Hanging Man it's about self-sacrificing. It's not you being forced to sacrifice. It's about self-sacrificing. So, you may feel at this point in your life or with these relationships or with this situation that you're having to sacrifice. You're having to give something up. You're having to compromise. But you need to realize that you are doing it because you want to. You can move out of this position at any time. If you look at this, look at the picture where he's hanging. He can get out of this anytime. He's choosing to be this. He's choosing. So at any point, you can get out of this. Now, in your second position, this is your challenge. Your challenge is to focus. This is the King of Coins. The King of Pentacles or the King of Coins, he's very focused. In fact, sometimes he gets so focused that he forgets everything else around him, right? You've had those moments where you can do that. When you're in the field, when you know what you're doing is right and you want to do it and get it done, right? This is your challenge. Your challenge is to do it, be focused, be methodical, take the steps, think about it, and make it happen. That's your challenge. Your challenge is to do all those things in all areas of your life. Like, really think about what you're doing. Your challenge is to become stable again. Your challenge is to have those finances that you had before, to have that abundance that you had before. You know, there was a reason why some of it was gone. There was a reason why people were gone. It was because of your understanding so that you could grow, right? And so for some of you, this is your challenge, but for others of you, this is an actual person that's a challenge. This person is very slow moving. This person is methodical. This person, again, focuses on one thing and forgets about the rest sometimes, right? But they're very stable in what they do. They don't make a move unless they know the 10 steps ahead, and then they make the move. So unless they got it on lockdown, whatever they're doing, they ain't doing it until they know they're going to accomplish it. That's what this person is, and maybe they didn't work as fast as you want to work, or maybe they didn't do it the way that you wanted to do it. But that's your challenge. Your challenge is to compromise. Your challenge is, who am I? What am I willing to compromise without sacrificing so much, but also gaining a partnership, gaining the joy of knowing how to do something with someone else, right? Whether it's projects and business or family and work or your career or your finances or your love relationships. That's your challenge. That's your challenge in May. So this is your fate and destiny. This is the Page of Wands. The page always comes with news. So you have news coming that is going to excite you. This Page of Wands is excited. He's a little young. Yeah, he's a little hot-headed, but he's excited and he thinks out of the box and he has fun and he smiles and he laughs and he's like, I can be carefree because I know that the universe supports me, right? So this news that that's coming to you is about the supporting you. It's about showing you to have that zest for life again, to take care of yourself as well as those around you, right? To love yourself enough to take care of yourself, right? That's what this news is about. Now, where you're headed, and this is your overall theme, this is what you'll be working through. You have the 8 of Swords. For some reason, you're feeling like your hands are tied and you're not seeing it clearly, right? So whatever's going on that's caused you to have this hanging man, to be hung, to stay in this place, you feel like you don't have all the information. You feel like your hands are tied and you can't do anything, but you need to learn to take your power back. Nobody can do anything that you haven't agreed to or allowed. No one, right? So until you stop allowing it, it's going to continue to happen. Do you see how the swords aren't even touching her? The swords aren't touching her because it's just a feeling. She's not in any danger. Also, if you look, her hands are bound and her eyes are covered, but she has light in her hand. She has the answer. She can move at any time. She just feels like she can't do it. And that's what you'll be trying to overcome. Get out of your head, take some action, be that leader, lovely, luscious lion that I know you to be, because you've got some great, wonderful gifts coming. All right, my beautiful lions, I love you, love you, love you. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. And also, don't forget to go look at my website. I have a lot of cool new stuff going on. Bye.